let us go to the flare effect. So remember that this is the center front. Okay, so from the center front on the waistline, I'm going to take to the actual waist. Okay, apart from the shift, this is the shift, what made it a shift gown. So I'm going to divide what I have from center front to this point. I have 8 divided by 2 will give me 4. I'll come over to the hem and I'll also divide by 2. That's, I'll take 4 inches. So I'm going to draw a straight line at that point. So this straight line I'm going to draw now, I'm going to open it up and slash and spread a little. So that means I'm going to cut, let me cut what I have, so we'll have the real shape of our shift gown. Okay, so when you are drafting the sleeve, remember we added 1 inch to it. So that means you'll be adding the extension of your sleeve. After drafting, you'll be adding the 1 inch. So by the time you fix it to your dress, it matches up accordingly. So the neckline I'm using is my natural neckline because it's a high neck. We have a high neck. I'll call it a mandarin collar attached to it. So I have a detailed video on how to make a mandarin collar on this channel. Okay, on how to make a 12 pieces bustier. You can scroll down and I might also drop the link on the description box. But let us just go over. Okay, I'm cutting what I have right here, which is my center front. So I'm cutting off my center front. So this is actually what we have for this pattern. So we are going to slash. I will slash to form that flare effect on my shift gown to the waist, and I will take it to where I have my shifts completely. Remember, I've not added any seam allowance to this. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend it. So I'll bring another plain paper and place it and show you how. For your slash and spread, I always advise you have a guideline. So this is my guideline for the center front. So I'm going to quickly apply my adhesive. So we'll be able to slash and spread accordingly. So this is it. And I'll place it at the center front. Okay, so let me just place from the point at which I slashed, so you can see that. So now there's a little flare effect. So that flare effect can be, this is the real pattern if you are making use of this pattern. So if you are making use of this pattern like this, you know you'll be having a shift gown. You can see the shift. You know, let me call it an A line because we added 2 inches and 1.5, so we have a little A line right here. You want to make it a flare shift gown, all you need to do is to shift. Okay, so your shifting process depends on what you are shifting from on this point. From the waist, I have 1 inch. Okay, so if you want to make your shift gown, that's if you want to flare, for it to flare so much, this is 1 inch, this is 2 inches, this is 3 inches. So it depends on how you want it to flare. Okay, but what I have on the thumbnail did not flare much. So if you want it at 1 inch, this is the flare effect. If you want it at 2 inches, this is the flare effect. If you want it at 3 inches, can you see? So you see you've added enough flare effect. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be doing 2 inches. So this is the 2 inches. So I'll just apply my adhesive right away. So you can go ahead and, you know, flare as much as you wish. Feel free to flare as much as you wish, but that means you'll be having enough, you know, flare effect. So this is what I do. This is the 1 inch mark, this is the 2 inches. So I bring it to the 2 inches mark, and that is it. And I think we are good to go with what we have right there. So you can see the shift gown has actually shifted. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to form I'm going to form my flay. Okay, so I'll just form my flay, as you can see right there. Okay, because we already have the length at this point. So if you have to come like this, let me show you what the result would look like. It will not actually be nice. Okay, so another thing you might do to get this accurately, you can use this as your pivot point. That is the point of this half waist as your pivot point, and you now take the length. I have 10.25. 10.25. Can you see? 10.25. This is it. Okay, 10.25. This is it. That is if you want to get the actual length without guessing. 10.25. So your flay goes this way. Can you see that? All right, so I'm going to cut off what I have right away. Okay, because we've created that effect of flay. So I'll just go in from the length, and now you can see we've added. Okay, let me go by this line. I actually want to go by this line, okay, because that line is actually looking all right. So that is that, people, and that is how you're going to have this. So by the time you cut this on your fabric, the flare effect, you have this flare effect where we slashed and spread. So what we just made here is the front pattern. Like I said, the back pattern is simple. All you need to do is to draft the back pattern with your high neck and also divide by 2 and slash. Okay, so you have the same effect for front and back. Exactly what I did here, you repeat it for your back pattern. So now I'm going to trace out this strip. Okay, I will trace out this strip. Then the mandarin color, the color itself will be the color of the strip as well. Now the next thing we want to talk about now will be the sleeves. Okay, so to make the sleeves, I'm going to pretend using my back pattern piece. I have an already drafted half scale back pattern piece, so I'll just pretend is the back piece of this dress. So I'm going to put it together, as you can see. So I've put it together now. I want to make my flay. Okay, so I'm going to take the midpoint. I'm going to sew the sleeve, sorry, at the midpoint. So I will pretend the front midpoint is this. Okay, I'll just pretend the front midpoint goes into this, and that is where I'm going to sew my flay. So my flay depends on where you want this flay to be. If you want the flay to stop at the chest line, this is it. If you want it to stop where mine stopped, that is it. So you have to take the measurement of where you want it to stop. So I'll just pretend I want it to stop from here to here. So I'll just take